My name is Dale Franklin. For those who don't know me, I think everybody I see on here, I probably know. This call, it happens every Monday at the same time. It has been, we've been doing this for the most part every Monday for the last 2.5 years. Speaking of that, we won't be doing it next Monday because I'll be in an airplane coming home from convention. So just be aware of that, and I'll mention it later on in the call too. But we do this call for a couple reasons. We do one because we want to create a family atmosphere. Okay, network marketing is a tough business, like all businesses. But the thing with network marketing is you tend to run an emotional roller coaster. You have a really good day, you sign 3 customers and 2 affiliates, and things are going great. And then the next 2 days, you talk to 20 people, and they all say no. Okay, so you have to learn how to stay on an even keel. Don't let your emotions run too hot or too cold. And the best way to do that is to have a group of people you can reach out to when you have a bad day, or remember that when you're having a really good day, that people out there are maybe that this is their bad day, so they need to hear from you and see the good that's happening to you. So again, we try to do that, and we try to keep you. The other thing is we try to keep you up to date on what's going on. You know, there's with any network marketing company that's worth their salt, there is constant changes. There's constant additions to product lines. There's constant training. There's all kinds of stuff. Well, with My Daily Choice, which I'll remind you all is one of the fastest growing network marketing companies in the world. For example, in September alone, we added 25,000 new customers and affiliates. We are just exploding all over the world. And because of that, we have a lot more things happening, okay? Right now we have 10 product lines under our umbrella of My Daily Choice. And we got convention coming here in the next few days, and we're probably going to hear about 2 new ones, okay? So, you know, that's the great thing about our company. It's growing so fast and growing so diversified. There's something for everyone. So again, you want to know when we're having specials. You're going to know when there's incentives. You want to know when our president, the CEO of our company is giving a special training or a special presentation. We'll bring all that to you and make sure that you're informed on everything that's going on. Many of you saw I just created a new group of basically all the people that my prospects that I'm working on right now, the people that are already part of my leadership team, and also people who might have been on my team years ago and haven't been with me for a while because because of product changes or company changes or whatever. And so I brought them all together so I could see what is going to happen at conventions. So we'll be posting a lot of stuff in that group on WhatsApp over the next starting on Wednesday evening. Will be Thursday for you guys. Thursday and Friday and Saturday. We will be showing you a lot about what's going on and keeping you up to date with all the new excitement. So having said all that, normally I go into some personal training myself, but today, because of the time constraints and everything, I'm going to bring up our guest right off the bat because he is a busy man and needs to get back to what he does best, and that is to work with Wells Fargo Currier service to keep his customers happy by making sure products are delivered and everything is taken care of. So I want to introduce Barack Oyugi. He's the relationship manager for customer relationship activities at Wells Fargo Currier Service. And Barack, are you on? Can you unmute yourself?
Great, thanks, Dal, and hello to everybody. It's a good evening. It's a good evening here in Kenya, in Nairobi. Hello, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Would you please, we're going to have some questions to ask you, but we'll start off by you just telling us a little bit about Wells Fargo Currier Service, how it's going to work, and how you've got it set up so that you'll work with My Daily Choice. So please start off by telling us that, and then we'll get into the questions afterwards. Okay.
Great. So if you could allow me, Del, to have the presentation put up. Is that okay?
Yes, sure. I think Stephen's doing that for you right now. There we go.
Great. Yeah. Right. So to everybody on the call, again, my name is Barak Oyugi. I'm the client relations manager for Fargo Currier. And as you can see from that map, we are here as a nationwide distribution entity, a supply chain entity covering the entire country, the length and the breadth of it. We have a representation of 114 office locations spread all over the country, and we have the biggest retail footprint in Kenya currently. So Steve, if you just go to the next slide. So just a bit of a journey. We started out in the security sector. So Wells Fargo and Fargo Currier are affiliates. Wells Fargo started off way earlier in the 70s as a security solutions provider. Then over a period of time, it got into the high-end specialties of CIT, cash in transit, and the likes. And then, of course, in 2003, we started the distribution, the transport solutions, and courier services that has also now grown. And as we speak right now, we are a complete end-to-end supply chain entity doing everything that you'd expect of a supply chain entity. You know, both freight, courier, clearing and forwarding, and everything in between. So that's what we do currently as Fargo Currier, and that has been our journey progressively over the period of time. So Steve, if you can go into the next. Yeah, so as you can see from that map, we have a representation all across. These are our fully owned offices with our own staff. We have a staff element of over 4,500 as part of the group. We currently are the largest domestic supply chain company in Kenya for courier and distribution. We have over 1,400 clients that are coming to that are contracted with us. But of course, that also is a small part, the bigger part being the walk-in clients who are coming into our offices on a daily basis to send items via us. We are currently we currently do offer track and trace, a real-time track and trace that just offers that solutions of visibility for shipments that are going through our network. So that is something that the clients now get to enjoy. And of course, if you come to our facility, we are highly secured, having given a commercial vault in our main facility in Nairobi. But of course, we are spread out even within Nairobi in different locations. Steve, if you can go to the next. By the way, I should have mentioned also that we are also in Uganda. We have our own offices in Uganda as well, so, Kampala. So that's also important to mention. Well, so we run our distribution on a daily basis all across Kenya, and to do this, we've clustered all these locations into regions. And as you can see there, we have different regions and regional management teams that oversee distribution and branch management in all these locations. And as you can see, there are nearly around 6 locations. So on top of, for every region, there's a regional manager, there is a courier hub manager, and they all work together to ensure that all the branches are managed with the branch management team. And of course, it's a vast network. So we have quite a big team to manage. So that's why we've clustered it into regions. And this also, of course, helps us with the efficiency of ensuring every region has the focus to meet the customer expectations. Going to the next, Steve. Of course, we've been recognized before. As you can see from those 2 awards, we've been able to bag, and these are coveted awards, and that demonstrate our commitment to excellence and the achievements we've been able to have in terms of professionalism and excellence. Right below, you see also that we are ISO certified, so we are committed to quality and the best practices. On to the next one, Steve. Yes, so in helping us deliver customer experience, we have a team of dedicated account managers. We ensure that for every client that we onboard, we give it a very unique onboarding approach where we understand the expectations. And then with the expectations, we are able to tailor a service that will be able to suit the particular client. And that, of course, also gives us a way in which we give the client their to-go-to person. And we also provide an escalation matrix just so that we ensure that we stick to the deliverables, to the expectations that we set out to achieve, and also to ensure that we keep innovating so that we go beyond we go the extra mile for the client. If you can go to the next, Steve. Of course, we as a courier entity, we ride on ICT to manage our courier infrastructure. Of course, with 114 branches, with the number of shipments we do on a daily basis, we've got different systems that we operate with. One of them being the Dovetail that helps us to do our freightware, our track and trace, our shipments visibility. So, of course, that is very crucial for us, and it integrates with SAP for HANA to ensure that at least there is efficiency in our system and also the reliability that is needed for a logistics or supply chain entity like ourselves. On to the next. So we offer a track and trace system. For every shipment that is sent via us, we provide a waybill number for the client. The waybill number is a tracking number. So with the waybill number, you'll be able to get into our website and be able to track the item. It will give you the event visibility as the shipment goes through the different stages, all the way up to the point that it gets delivered. And when it gets delivered, you see a signature function right there that captures all the details of the person receiving, and including even the time and the number of packages received. So that becomes now the proof of delivery that closes a transaction. Right, next. So of course that is just a screenshot of how a typical event-based tracking look like. So at some point, maybe you are tracking a shipment, you might not be able to get the proof of delivery because it's still on transit, but it will still give you the different stages it has gone through, visibility of the different stages it's gone through, and the current stage. Next. Yeah, so I would also say that so for our partnership with My Daily Choice, we are looking at coming up with a way of picking shipments from the different locations and delivering these shipments to the addresses or the particular places that the client would want them picked up from in any of our 114 office locations. These will be done through communication via the different channels available. Of course, the formal communication being the email communication. But then, of course, for standing collection, for our daily collection, we can be going to the common place of dispatch and collecting at an agreed time, and then ensuring these rides on through our network into the various locations. And then we will ensure that My Daily Choice has a login credential to go into the portal and download or get an Excel sheet summary of all the transactions done on any particular day. But then for the different clients who've sent out shipments, either as a return or for the different clients who are expecting shipments have been given the different waybill numbers, they'll be able now to track their shipments up until the point that they'll be able to receive it. We'll give two options for My Daily Choice, one of them being either we can send an item to be picked from our office location, or we can deliver to the door. So we have those two options based on whatever is convenient for any of your clients. For the dispatch point or the segregation point, assuming it is Nairobi, it becomes even easier because what we'll do is we will agree on a time that you shall have maximized or you shall have processed all the orders. Then we go on every on a daily basis at the agreed time, collect all the consolidated shipments and put it onto our network. So that is a possibility, and that is something that we hope we'll be able to do. Now, once you're on board, we also have a 24-hour contact center, and what this does is during the day you can be able to call should you need any help or should you not be able to track your items, and we'll be able to give help or resolution to any issue raised. Of course, in the night, not so much happens because of our control room and movement at night, but then still, if there's any distress call, we can be able to attend to through our control room in the night. In terms of security, shipments are highly secured in terms of trucks moving out at night with armed security, and in the day, trucks are monitored through our control room to just ensure that they are all they are on their regular path or their authorized path. All our staff are our own employees, and they're fully kitted in our uniform. So in any case, we have that control that these are our own employees. For shipments that we are not able to deliver, we'll always be notifying or sending communication. And if the recipient, for whatever reason, is not able to pick up the shipment, then of course, after a period of like 1 week, we can return. Once you agree with the warehouse team or the dispatch team, we can be able to send the shipment back to the warehouse or to the dispatch point. In terms of our client base, we've been on operations from 2003, and we've been able to grow and build our client base. And we are literally in every industry. We serve all the industries, from banks to pharmaceuticals to the medical sector to government parastatals to the SMEs to the retail sector. So we are vast in our client base, and we serve nearly all the sectors, including including the agricultural sector, the horticultural. So we are nearly in all sectors that use our network to connect to their markets. So that is something that we are very proud of. And we have in the e-commerce sector, which is what I would cluster you in. We serve one of the biggest e-commerce entities in Kenya, and we've also worked with both Kilimall and Jumia. So yeah, we are very vast with the requirements of the e-commerce as well. So that would be a brief one. I would be happy to take questions or any follow-up inquiries at this point.
Thank you, Barak. That was well done. Yeah, there's a bunch of questions, and some of them I'm going to ask are questions you've already addressed, but I think that there needs to be a little bit more emphasis on them. So let's start with the questions that were asked by our guest here. Joshua says, can an affiliate pick up their customer's product, I guess, in case the customer wants cash on delivery? Do you do cash on delivery, or is everything paid before it's delivered?
Yeah, so we get asked that a lot. We usually prefer to have the payment done before, because of course we manage quite a vast network, and of course with a number of employees, we've had a lot of complications around it. It's something that is work in progress currently, and what I'd say is we are still developing it, and but before we fully develop it, currently we prefer payment before, upfront payment.
And for the people on here, basically, number one, what they're going to start with for product is our FFX. That's the product they're going to have to begin with. And the proper method for ordering stuff through My Daily Choice anyway is through your website. So you're going to be able to order it through your website, pay with M-Pesa, or other things that we talked about last week with iPay, and then the product will be delivered. And again, that's the way it is with almost anything. If a lot of people on here order stuff from Amazon, well, Amazon doesn't ship you the product unless it's been paid for. So again, that's the proper way of doing it, and that's the way we're going to have to learn to do it the way that fits the system. Karina says, what countries in Africa will you be delivering to? And is there an estimated start of the delivery services?
Yeah, so cross-border, we are almost, I think, fully plugging in on cross-border. I know Steven and myself, we are in discussions. I'd say that we would cover nearly all over Africa, but then of course I'd request maybe if Steve can comment on that more.
Stephen, would you like to comment?
Yes, it is work in progress, and I think just like any other country, there are requirements and regulations that we have to meet. So I think that is what is being addressed specifically in regarding to shipments. Okay, so it's something that is still on the table, and I think you should have an answer by, say, within the next month or less.
I know that talking to Josh Swagel, the owner of the company, and things like that, they want to eventually have for a good large hunk of Africa, they want to be able to deliver out of either Kenya or out of Nigeria. So I do know that's the plan. So for those who are on here from, say, South Africa or Rwanda or any of those places, Uganda, we're gonna be able to do that very soon. The second part to that question is when does this this delivery system, when will it be implemented? When can they actually have stuff delivered from you, Barak?
For delivery system across border or just within?
Let's say for within right now.
No, within, I think right now we are fully signed up, and as soon as any shipment comes across, right now as we speak, we can be able to pick a shipment and deliver to whichever location within the country on our overnight service, or if it's a very far-flung location, of course, it will take an additional day or two. But within our regular network, which nearly covers 90% of Kenya, we are able to deliver the next day. So as soon as a shipment comes our way, it will be on our network and it will be conveyed overnight.
Okay. I think just for, I know that we have product on the ground there. It's just clearing, I believe it's just clearing customs now. So that's a good sign. Barak, when you do have, just to clarify, when you get an order, how long does it take for an order to be delivered from the moment that that your courier service gets the order? How long does it take normally to deliver? It's 24 hours, 48 hours, how long?
So normally it's 24 hours. We say 24 hours, but if we pick an order on a typical afternoon, it comes into our hub on an evening. It leaves on the evening overnight, and it gets to the particular destinations in the morning. So most of the time we'll deliver in the morning hours, but we usually just prefer to say it's 24 hours, but it could even be 12 hours or less.
Wow. Now taking orders directly in Nairobi, if I understand, and I'm asking questions, I'm in the US, so we do things sometimes a little different than you guys do, but I know in the US, sometimes we can go directly to the main facility and order to pick up their products, but you're actually going to be sending products from the main facility to the drop-off points within the Nairobi area. Is that correct? And then they pick them up there?
That's correct. So, but of course, we are also flex on that as well to deliver to their door for clients, perhaps someone who's not able to come to our drop-off points or any retail center. We can be able to deliver to the door because we've zoned out Nairobi and we've zoned out the other parts of Kenya, so we can still be able to deliver to the locations because we'll have our resources in that area anyway. So we are flex on that, but whatever is convenient for the client, we would work with that.
That was going to be my next question. Yes, I want to emphasize, guys, that we're talking as little as 12 hours to deliver. We're talking maybe 1 to 2 days for the rest of the country. For your customers that have doubt that we're a real legitimate company, okay, when they're delivered 12 hours or 24 hours after they order, I think that's going to create some incredible credibility on our part as far as being able to supply product and again, being able to deliver right to their door. One thing I want to point out that Barack mentioned is, if somebody's going to be picking up at one of their 114 branches and they send them a email or a phone call, whatever, saying, hey, we have your product, you have several, you have several days to pick it up, and somebody doesn't pick it up within a week, it gets shipped back to the main warehouse. And then if you still wanted it, you would have to have it delivered again at an additional charge. Okay, that makes total sense. That's the way it should work. But just be aware, for your people that order stuff, they need to know that they've got to pick it up or have it delivered directly to their homes. And if they don't do that, then there could be an additional charge. But I just know that some people will order and then kind of be lackadaisical about picking up, and then act like it's our fault that they didn't get delivered. There is a responsibility for the customer, and you need to let people know that. So just wanted to bring that up. Oh, another thing, Barack, is as far as the pricing on delivery, I believe there's a weight limit. Like, in other words, people don't want to buy one foil pack when they could buy a kit, a full kit. They'll pay the same amount in shipping, whether it's for one or for a multi-pack. Is that correct, Barack? Can you unmute yourself?
All right. Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, we have what we call a weight cutoff, a cutoff weight. So we worked on a cutoff weight, and then beyond that weight cluster, there's an additional per kg charge. So that's what we've worked on currently. I know as we go along, we could change that, or we could come to what is more convenient for both of us. But I think that is what we're starting out with. We are up to 5 kg. Beyond 5 kg, there's an additional charge. So currently, that's what we are working with.
Okay. Well, again, that's there's if you're in, say, Mombasa, and you've got 4 or 5 people on your team that all want to order products, I don't know. Is there the ability for a one-stop drop for multiple people, so that the price would be controlled as far as freight?
Yeah, that's a good question. So currently, even what we are trying to introduce in this market is, as a courier company, it's usually cheaper for us if a client can drop off shipments at our facility, and then the same shipments again picked from the same location, maybe one of our offices up country. So we call it depot to depot courier. It makes it cheaper for us, and for that we are able to extend some sort of a discount, because of course we save on the cost of either picking up from location and also delivering to the other locations, which is the main cost for courier. It's something that can of course attract some discount or some incentive.
Sure. So again, like anything else, you need to do a little planning in advance to get the best price. Let's see.
Correct,
what else.
Yeah.
What else do we have here? Could customers pay through their affiliates link while at the Fargo office and pick up the product while they're there? Pay through their affiliates link. Oh, yeah. Okay. What she's saying is, could people actually come to your main warehouse and pay? I guess she's asking is, how long does it take from the moment that they order it through My Daily Choice until you guys receive authorization to release the product?
Right. So I think well, ordinarily we, as I said, we usually prefer to say within 24 hours because the order will be confirmed, and the order fulfillment process, of course, will take place. Confirmation will be given by way bill that the order has been dispatched. But then the whole cycle should go beyond 24 hours.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and again, that's, the process is you when you order it through your website, which the order goes to Las Vegas, to our corporate office, where it is then they check to make sure the inventory is in stock and all that, and do everything they need to do. And then once they've collected the money and everything, then they inform Fargo Currier that to go ahead and pull the stock and ship it out. So it's one of those things. To answer the question, it's not one of those things where you could just kind of go and order and be waiting for the product at the warehouse. Let's see, what else do we have here? It says, will FFX be available? Will only FFX be available for delivery? Yes. Right now we have 3 basic products in Kenya. We have a CashX, we have High Life Travel, the new prepaid travel program, both of those digital products, and we have FFX. Those are the 3 products that the company is focusing on for the African market at the current time. As I was told by Josh Wagle, as we show that we can do volume in those, he'll add more products to the line. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't get the other products. Elizabeth has been getting those through a VPN number, ordering it and having them delivered in the United States and then freight forwarded. But that's a different process. And again, it's not the way the company's designed to do products, but that's something that a few of our affiliates have done to get other products into the country. But as we grow and as we prove our worth, starting with Kenya and Nigeria, and then working outwards from there, once we show our potential for growth, the owner of our company has no problem with us adding lines, as long as the lines are legal in the country. I'm excited about the fact that Uganda and Kenya may soon open the doors for our HempWorks products, for the CBD. If that does, things are going to really explode. So I'm sure when that happens, we'll be all over that. Let's see what else we have for questions here. Can I use wells to deliver products to another country? So I guess they're asking whether Brock can, besides what we're doing with MDC, say we've got a sale on our shampoo products, okay, and we have people in South Africa that want them. Is there a way for us to ship them through Wells Fargo, even though it's not an MDC project, it's a project of our affiliates?
Yeah, that is possible. We're in partnership, a strategic partnership with DHL Express, but then of course we also have a pool of other partners that do cross-border and freight. So it's very doable. We can give you quotes even before we take the shipment. And then of course now, based on what is agreeable and acceptable, then we can ship. Yeah, that's possible.
Okay. One of the questions Elizabeth asked is, what are the charges in Kenya shillings to ship a normal, that product line you set up to what you said, the initial weight that you were talking?
Yeah, so it's 350 shillings. Yeah, to ship to say Mombasa or to whichever place. Yeah, up to 5 kgs. So it can be consolidated, a number of them in one pack of up to 5 kgs, and then taken to the same location. That's possible.
Okay, great. Which products are available to our customers? Again, as far as what's officially available from My Daily Choice in Africa right now, the official what's available is the 2 digital products and FFX. Kenya has products over there in stock that Chris Robinson and I own, and those can be, we can still sell those. They're at the present time, they're not fully registered because of everything's happened in the past, but they're available, and anything we sell is available through a direct shipment from the United States. But as far as the official line from the company, the 3 things we sell are High Life Travel, a CashX, and FFX. Okay, and those are our hottest markets right now. Please clarify which products will be available for delivery through Fargo. Once again, the only products deliverable through Fargo right now is the FFX. All products should be stored in Wells Fargo Central Warehouse for expedited delivery. Where is the warehouse located? Central Park, Mombasa Road is the answer. And what does, okay, does Fargo deliver to Uganda? He's already said yes, he does. They have a drop point in Kampala. You have a pickup point in the COD Nairobi.
Yes, that is within the Central Business District of Nairobi. We do have multiple locations spread out, nearly 5 or 6 drop-off points spread out both on the backside and also on the main CBD. So yeah, we are spread all over within CBD, from Loiter Street to Moi Avenue to Taifa Road to River Road to Ronald to Tomboya to Kimathi Street. So we are all over.
If while you're on there, Barack, if somebody experiences a problem, they've tracked their product, whatever happens, it wasn't there when they went to get it, any kind of challenges they may have, you have a customer support team, correct?
That's correct. We have a contact center. We have as long as the client has a waybill, they'll just call and give out the waybill number. We will be able to update should they not be able to get visibility of that waybill on our system, on our website, or they can't track it for whatever reason. We'll be able to give that support through our call center.
Okay. Well, you know, it sounds like we've got everything we need. To summarize, we have a product that will be stocked by Wells Fargo, and Fargo Courier Service is going to be able to deliver anywhere within Kenya, within basically you know, somewhere within 12 to, let's say, 48 to 72 hours. And it's gonna be tracked. You're gonna be able to know where it is. So people can literally now order their products using M-Pesa through your website. So you instantly get credit for the sale. The company gets paid. They notify Fargo. Fargo processes it, tracks it, ships it. You get it relatively quickly, as little as 12 hours in Nairobi itself. I mean, this is what you guys asked for, and this is what we've created. I got a couple of hands up. Winnie, did you have something you wanted to ask? Or Stephen, you got your hand up? You have anything you'd like to address to this?
Yes, sir. Good evening, everybody. For those who are in Africa, for those who are in America, good morning. The model is very simple. It's all the products are going to be stored at the Wells Fargo warehouse, central warehouse. So for purposes of delivery and for purposes of expedition, they will be released there based on the orders that come through. So if you make your order right now, first thing in the morning, most probably you'll get a call just to confirm your details and the location of where you have actually said that you'd be able to collect your products. It may be within Kenya or any of their 144 locations. As he has said, different locations, different timelines. So if they are far out, maybe they take a bit longer because of the logistical aspect, but we hope that everything should be almost within an overnight. We'll use the same model to other countries, that is Uganda, starting with Uganda and down most probably to South Africa. So I think what is most important is to learn from the experience that we'll get from now. At the same time, also identify maybe the challenges or the weak points and have them addressed appropriately to serve the MDC customers to the best of the ability of Wells Fargo. So I do believe Barack has given us an insight of exactly where we are at. I hope that maybe by next week, we should be up and running. That's it, Dale. Thank you.
Okay, that's fantastic. I got a couple of real quick questions and I'll let Barack go. Says, can an affiliate walk in and pick up for their customer if they want me to do so? In other words, if a customer can't make it and the affiliate wants to go and pick up the product and they have the waybill number, can they pick up product at a drop-off site?
Well, yeah, we've got situations where the person who is to receive the item is not able for whatever reason to pick. What we usually emphasize is for the authorization to get to us either through MDC or through, say through MDC, because we usually would want to control that process so that we don't end up handing over someone's item without authorization. Yeah, it can always, as a security measure for courier companies, we usually prefer that such gets authorized, at least in writing, that so and so under this ID number is going to come to pick this shipment.
Makes perfect sense. You don't want to give something away and then have the person who's supposed to get it chew you out because they didn't get it. So,
correct.
Yeah. So to answer you, Joshua, it can be done, but it's going to have to go through a security protocol to make sure it's okay to do. It says, is it possible to get other products through them except for the CBD oil, which is not cleared yet? No. The only thing that the only thing that they're cleared to sell in inventorying is our FFX. Everything else, we either have to go through a system like Elizabeth is doing right now, or is not going to be available at the present time. Our company wants Africa to do well, but they also want Africa to prove that they're a viable market. And the way to do that is to take our FFX, which is a huge market for us right now, and our travel prepaid travel, and prove to the company that that Africa deserves to be part of this great company that's building like crazy. So again, we're going to prove it. We're going to prove it. I have no doubt whatsoever. In a few months, we're going to be offering a lot of other products through this service. But at present time, it's just FFX. Okay, somebody wants to ask a question. So you can, all you have to do is, if you want to ask a question, just unmute yourself. You can easily do that. I don't want to unmute everybody at the same time because it'll get a little crazy, but publish the charges for different towns. I believe the price is when you order a product, it's going to tell you how much is the cost. I guess I could ask that question of Barack. Barack, is there a different price for people in Mombasa for that than there is for Nairobi, or is it a set price for everybody?
Yes, we have a flat price option. So that's what we have. But for the far-flung areas, the far north of Kenya, the remote locations, it varies. But then we've negotiated a flat rate option across.
Okay, so that answers the question. It doesn't matter what town you're in. If you order it, there's a flat rate. Let's see. And if anybody else wants to ask a question, just if you can't unmute yourself, just put the hand emoji up there, and I'll unmute you from my end. Is there anybody else who wants to ask a question?
Yes, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Thank you so much, Dale and Barack, for a very wonderful presentation, and of course, Steve, for steering the same. So the reason why I asked about the walk-in affiliate, because I can have a customer who needs the product to be delivered, and the customer goes ahead and does the order and give me the details to pick for that customer. Is it something that can be done immediately? Because other customers also like paying once it is delivered? Number two, within Nairobi, if they do 350 Kenyan shillings, is it possible that you can commit today to deliver to them?
That you can, I'm sorry, what was the last question?
Within the city, within Nairobi, is it possible that they can commit to deliver to the customers?
Barack, you want to touch that?
Yeah. So ideally, we deliver to the door. The reason why we give the option of picking from our locations is just because of the convenience. Most people you'd find maybe they're employed, they're working, so they're only available maybe when they're leaving their offices to come pass by and pick their items. Or maybe on a lunch hour, they run to the nearest Fargo entity to pick their items. So that's the reason why we also give that option of the picking up, because sometimes maybe if you give the indicated location address, you'll bounce. Maybe you'll find the person is not yet in the office, or for whatever reason is away. So we give those two options. But if there are any of your clients who want delivery to be done to their location, that is very possible. We can deliver. Now, on to your first question about your concern about having maybe somebody else pick. I think we're okay with that. It's only that at least there should be communication, especially for the sender, the warehouse team, that we've notified this person, they're not able to pick, but they've authorized another person whose details we've shared here to come and pick on their behalf. So that's okay.
So in other words, just you need a paper trail. Okay, that makes sense. Joshua,
that's correct.
Yes, Joshua, just one little thing there is, if you have people, say you have several customers that want to order, they don't want to pay until the product gets there, and you want to centralize the shipping to you, what you can do is you can create a secondary account for yourself, which making I say for yourself, you could choose your wife or a friend of yours and create an account as a customer account. You could have it shipped to that, and you could be the representative for that account. And then you could go pick it up. And of course, you'd have to pay for it up front. But once you picked it up, then you could take it to the different customers you have them pay you directly. So that's one way to make things work that way. And I have a lot of customers around the world that do that. A lot of affiliates that have they have an affiliate account, and then they have maybe their wife has a customer account, and that's how they buy product for several of their people and then deliver it and get paid. Karina, you had a question.
More of maybe an idea. So when a customer wants their affiliate to pick up for them, maybe they could just go through the back office in the customer service chat, and then contact the company that way and say, can you add a note to the delivery? I don't know if that would be a logistical nightmare, but that would actually track.
I can hear Josh already saying, once I've sent the product, I'm not responsible for it anymore. That's on Fargo. So, and again, if what Barack just said works, by just, because what's going to happen, a person's going to be notified that their product is at a drop-off point, and once they're notified of that, then they can reach out to the people at that drop-off point and make the arrangements for somebody else to pick it up, as long as it's properly documented. Okay.
Perfect.
Any other questions? I'm excited about this, guys. And if there's no other questions, Barack has given us an incredible amount of his time, and I appreciate that. Barack, please, thank you for everything you've done, everything you've told us, how patient you've been with us. And I know you got to get back to work, so if you want to drop off now, you're more than welcome to. But again, I appreciate your time and your patience with all our questions.
Thank you so much, Dal. Thank you, Steven, and thank you everyone who's been in this call. We really look forward to more of these sessions, and feel free. We are available to support you in any way, just to ensure that you have the right logistical solutions for your business.
All right. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Bye. So guys, if you're on this call, we still got 33 people on this call. And if you're not excited now, then I don't know what else we can do. We have made, I know there's going to be people out there that say, hey, we need an office. Okay. Well, we got to prove that we need an office. I mean, and I'm going to be very blunt with you guys, when we had an office in Nairobi, what happened? People hung around the office. They just hung around the office. Okay. And we were growing at a very limited space. Once we got rid of the office and people started expanding throughout the country, that's when we started growing. I'm a firm believer the office was a deterrent to growth. Not to mention, when you have people from around the world that are sending people to that office, and the people that are sitting there, some of them are trying to encourage people not to sign with the person that sent them there, but with them. In other words, poaching. That gives the industry a very bad name. So will we have offices down the road? I'm sure we will. Do we need offices to build this business? I'm absolutely sure we don't. Okay. And in this day and age, I mean, we have calls like this. You have your phones. You have, I have created all kinds of material for you guys so that you can use your phone or your computer or whatever you want to send people on WhatsApp or on Telegram or on Viber or any of these message things, or even on Messenger through Facebook. You can get them a video that gives them an opportunity video. You can come and learn from me on Mondays. You can come and learn from Chris Bailey on Tuesdays. You can come and listen to both Chris and me doing our calls for FFX on Thursdays. We're doing a lot of the work for you. All you have to become is an inviter. I know you hear me say that all the time, but if you invited 5 people every time we did a presentation, you're going to end up with at least 1 affiliate and maybe 1 or 2 customers. Okay. And this potential for what we're about to do is incredible. And when people start ordering products, especially in Nairobi, you order a product at 8 o'clock in the morning and it's there at, maybe 5 o'clock that night, or it's definitely there the next day. Or you order a product from Mombasa and 48 hours later, it is sitting there either at a place for you to pick up or delivered to your home. That's what's going to prove to people that we're a legitimate company, okay? And the fact that you can now buy the products using M-Pesa or any of these other mobile wallets that are used throughout East Africa and in other parts of the African continent. Guys, we are on the cusp of just exploding this thing. The only thing as I said earlier, I'm waiting for is when we start getting a few more countries that legalize the CBD oil so that we can openly promote that. Wow. But in the meantime, the Fuel Factor X, with the price of fuel, what it is, there is not a person on your continent that doesn't want to save money on fuel, that doesn't want to, instead of spending a good hunk of their money on fuel for their vehicle, they'd rather have more money for food, for rent, for whatever they need to help their children when it comes time to pay for their education. This is what we're offering, guys. And then on top of that, for your more well-to-do people who are doing traveling inside Africa, outside Africa, go to Asia on business, go to Europe on business, go to the United States, vacation. And when we can save them the amount of money that we're going to be able to save them on their travel through High Life Travel, prepaid travel, we've got what we need, guys. I have people that tell me, oh, I don't want to sell a physical product. Well, we have High Life Travel. We have a CashX. Oh, I don't want to necessarily deal with the digital products. I do like to sell physical products. Well, nothing's going to be easier to sell right now than something to save people, 20%, 30%, 40% on their fuel. Okay. So again, I hope I'm not coming across as too preachy. I'm just telling you, you asked me, you told me what you needed. You asked me to get it for you. And I have worked my butt off, not just me, but a lot of other people have worked like crazy to get you so you could pay the way you wanted to pay, to get products delivered to you as quickly as you want them delivered. And you have it. It's now within this is all going to happen within with a week from now. It's all going to be implemented. Okay. And we're going to be coming out of convention at the same time. And we're going to have a couple of new product lines. Probably we're going to have some new ways to help us sell stuff. So we got all that momentum going for us. And then I got a call from Chris Robinson this morning, and he said, okay, we get back from convention. Now that we got everything all set up in Kenya, when are we going back there and help them grow? How are we going to do it? What are we going to do to make this thing explode, starting with Kenya and then going all over Africa? And I told him, I said, you tell me when you want to go and I'll be there. So guys, we are doing everything you've asked. Now all you have to do is show us what I know you can do. Okay. So I hope you're excited. I'm not going to go into a lot of my normal stuff today because we're after the hour. But if last week's call telling you how we're going to use iPay and this week's call telling you how you're going to be have product delivered to you, if that doesn't fire you up, I don't know what else I can do. But I am excited. I have full belief that we're going to blow the doors off a lot of other countries very soon. We're going to show the world the continent of Africa is the place to be. And there's going to be a lot of network marketers who ignored us, who are going to be scratching their heads 6 months from now going, wow, what happened there? And how come I missed it? Okay. So I'm so excited about where we're going with this. And as I always tell you guys, I have no hidden agenda here. Okay. I want you all to succeed. I can't wait to have you walk across the stage, step down off that stage, and I'll be sitting there waiting to give you a hug and be so proud of the fact that you guys have succeeded the way you have. The beauty of this business is you can be as successful as you want. If you want to make an extra $100 a month, you can. If you want to make an extra 1,000, an extra 10,000, it's up to you how much effort you want to put into this. But again, I have no ulterior motive other than the fact I want to see you succeed. I love every one of you, and I can't wait to see you all again in person. So having said all that, have a great week. Reminder that we won't be doing this next week because of the convention, and there won't be an opportunity presentation by Chris Bailey this Tuesday or one by him and I on FFX on Thursday this week because of convention. We will be posting a lot of stuff as we learn about it in convention, and that group I created for everybody, we'll be posting it there and a lot of other places. So you'll be the first ones to know about all the great things that are happening. So having said all that, have a great day. Love y'all. Can't wait to show you what's going to be going on in the next few days. Take care. Bye, everybody.